Alright boys, this week's constraint is a tower defense game. I know where your heads are headed, but here's another constraint. Don't make that joke. Okay, so this is the setup. These red things are just a divider, so you know where your cards end and the attackers begin. So this area beneath the tokens is where your towers will be, and this is where the attackers will be. Now, the first thing you do is you search the deck for each suit. So for the first card of each suit. So what we got is these cards, and you place them wherever you want. It doesn't really matter. Then the next thing is we draw 4 cards for the enemies, and you place them 3 places away from the towers. The goal of the game is to beat the cards that are coming towards your towers until there are no more cards in the deck. As you can see, you have 4 columns, and each of them represents 1 suit. So there's none of this, no sir. So how do you battle? Well, you simply compare the numbers of the cards in your tower with the cards in the column that's attacking. So I'm switching the cards here because it'll make more sense. The king is 13, the queen is 12. He commits some domestic violence and you discard your king and you get the queen. But she does not come to where the king was. She goes to the column with the diamonds. Of course, the suits have abilities. So clubs, for example, lets you move cards. Now you can activate it on your cards or on opponent cards, but when you do it on yours, you must inevitably switch because there can't be 2 different suits on the same column. And when you do it on opponents, you just move a card in wherever you want basically. But you can only target the frontmost cards. Next up is spades. Spades just lets you remove a card. That is it. Hearts, on the other hand, lets you revive a card. So for example, if I did that and removed the queen of diamonds, I could get it, but hearts goes out of the game completely, so you cannot ever get it back. Next up is diamonds. These cards can be attached to other cards, a sort of buff. So when you activate any card, they lose 1 value. So in this case, I would have 6 plus 3, with which I could beat the 5. So say I played this round and this was the board state. The next thing would be I would move the cards, the enemy cards, 1 row down and draw 4 new cards. And these would become the new enemies with the ones below. And you always count the whole column. So it would be 5 plus 5, 10 versus 3. And that's what I would need to match in this case. So what is the loss condition? It is when the enemy invades more than you have on your side. So if there's equal cards on opposite of these red stones, then it's alright. So 1 versus 1, alright. 2 versus 2, alright. 3 versus 2, sadly you lose all 3. But if there are more cards on the enemy side than on your side, you lose. Or if you have lost 2 towers. I'm talking about the Lord of the Rings movie. I made it. Not a single joke about that. I know I beat a little bit around the bush, but I made it and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Check out Simon's video and our podcast, The Church of Game Design, where we talk about our game design decisions. And if I'll see you in 2 weeks, you will learn that on the podcast. You'll have to check it out.